here to answer one of the most asked questions. Most of you have been asking me how you can easily grind your coffee at home, freshly grounded coffee at home. But most of us have been finding a challenge on how we can easily grind our coffee, most especially in the morning, when you wake up, just to take a black cup of coffee, freshly black brewed cup of coffee. So, as I was passing in the Bukhara, here we call it Bukhara, it's a supermarket, I got to see this hand grinder, and I thought of sharing it with you, whereby it's kind of very cheap for everyone watching this video, or a person who loves taking coffee at home to purchase this. This hand grinder has different kinds of hand grinders, but all the different kinds of hand grinders are really expensive in their own way. That's why I decided to do it that's why I decided to buy this cheap one. I think it's like $10. Yeah, $10. So today I'm going to show you how you can easily use this manual hand grinder while at home. I know the hand grinders or the big grinders that you see in the specialty coffee shops are kind of expensive. That's why we are going to be using this hand grinder. And the other thing that we have to put to consideration, we are supposed to know how we are going to store our coffee. Right now, if you were to look at this fresh coffee, it might not be freshly roasted, but to me it's fresh due to the fact that it is sealed. Like you see the sealed bag, it contains coffee, but every time I get to open it, like you see, I seal it off after grinding the certain amount of coffee that I need. So the way how you store your coffee, or you can easily buy a container, a sealed container that doesn't allow oxygen in or doesn't allow carbon dioxide to go out. So with all that, I think let's get started with our hand grinder that we have here. I see someone sending me a text. I will present, sir. How are you, Emmy? Hope, Emmy, you are just doing fine. All right, so as we get started, this is my hand grinder, and if you're watching this video, I would suggest that you buy this hand grinder just in case you really love taking coffee in the morning, because remember, coffee helps you refresh your mind just at the time when you've woken up. Sometimes I have a fight with my wife whereby she prepares me tea and she finds me taking a cup of coffee when I've grounded or when I've made my own coffee, and I know she hates coffee. So just in case she's watching this video, please pray for me. So as we get started, I have this metal that you see here. This is a lever. This lever helps us grind our coffee. Every time we try to grind the coffee, I get hold of this. It's not like the automatic grinder whereby you just press the button. Then still we have this rod. This rod you see here, hope you can easily see it. This rod you see here helps us easily adjust to which grind you want. You can easily grind an espresso, you can easily grind Chemix, V60, whatever grind you want. It can be strong, it can be light, so it just helps you adjust. So every time you take it anti-clockwise, you are opening the adjuster or adjusting it to pause. Then when you take it to clockwise, you are adjusting it to the inside. So I'm going to briefly take you through this, then at least everyone, you can easily enjoy a cup of coffee. So when you look inside here, this is a coffee hopper. This is where we pour our coffee. Like you're going to see, I'll brew a cup of coffee so that I can easily show you the way how I can do it. I can easily grind my coffee. So I'm going to simply arrange my my grinder, but not forgetting that we have this case. You might call it a box. You can see it as a something that is not useful, but when you grind your coffee, this is where it dozes off from. So every time I get to grind my coffee, it falls or it dozes into this box. Then after I do what, I get to do the pour into the cup. Then I start my brew. So I will simply get to adjust it. I think I'll first put this node here. This node helps me get hold of the adjuster so that it stabilizes in one place, never to change directions. Alright, I need to first adjust it. Okay. So when I'm adjusting it, just in case I am not taking it anti-clockwise or clockwise, I can easily lift it up while looking inside. Ronald says up. Oh, Ronald, you okay? So like I was saying, when I am trying to adjust my grinder. I don't know whether you can see it clearly, but I'm not a man of different cameras, so I'm just using the simple thing that I have. I'll just lift this node up. See you at 10 p.m. Okay, no problem. I'll see you at 10 p.m. That is our Zoom meetings. Most of the people are waiting for the Zoom class that we usually carry on every Wednesday to learn and share different ideas about different kinds of coffee. So every time I want to adjust my grinder, like you see this node, I will lift, like you see, I get to lift this node, then I adjust clockwise or anti-clockwise to make it either fine or unfine. So when I screw this node like you see it, or this lever like you see it, I get to how should I say it? It gets stuck onto this point whereby it doesn't go down. So my coffee, or the bars inside here, they are plastic bars, so you're going to find a challenge to grinding. You have to use a lot of force. So as I'm adjusting right here, I'll get hold of it. Since I'm going to brew using the Kalita apparatus, we shall just have a video of this apparatus. Then I'll get hold of the grinding bars at that point and get to screw it up to assemble it. Then I will put my lever on top and get to tighten our lever up. So every time you are trying to grind your coffee in the morning, or any time you have woken up, remember, having a fresh cup of coffee in the morning is one of the best things every person has to do, because you are going to stay awake, you are going to freshen up your mind, you are going to take off all the kinds of stress that you might be having or suffering from. So I'll just hold this node and start grinding. So every time I take it clockwise, trust me, it's grinding the coffee, like you hear that sound. So basically that means that the bars are trying to collide to grind their coffee. So after assembling, we are going to unseal our coffee right here. It's my first time taking this kind of coffee. I think it's Ethiopia Penny Gala Specialty Bread. Yeah, it's caramel, it has dark chocolate. These are one of the flavors that they are telling me I should expect while I am testing my cup of coffee. So I'll pour my coffee here. This coffee hooper gets to hold 20 grams of coffee. So this is the right amount of of coffee a person, I think, should take in the morning. So I'll pour my coffee, and after that I am going to seal it up. This is better for my storage, and I'll put it aside. Then we are going to start grinding our coffee. Just in case you don't have energy, or you've just woken up in the morning and you don't have the right power to use in the morning. I think someone is giving me a question. Just a minute. Just in case you don't have power in the morning, because most of us don't have that right energy to grind our coffee. This grinder basically needs a lot of power. But basically that doesn't mean that you have to go to gym to start using this. Every time you adjust your grinder, the bars get to adjust, and every time they thicken, you're going to find that you are going to use a lot of power to get the right grind that you are looking for. Okay. Alright, so after putting our coffee, we are going to start the grinding. So this is how you are supposed to grind your coffee. Like you see, you have to use a lot of energy so that you can get what you want. And the best advantage of grinding this coffee at your home, trust me, you are going to feel the right taste, the right aroma that you're looking for, and the best things that every person would love to get out of the coffee. Right now, I'm getting to inhale the fragrance. That is the dry grinded coffee. The fragrance is trying to shout. It's kind of it has a rose, or I hope most of you have heard the rose flower, or the rose, or the Mary rose, something like that. It's coming. It's trying to reflect in the my nose as the fragrance or the aroma. So let's get grind. And like you see, our coffee is getting hauled into our what? It has already dozed off into our what? Our box here. So after dozing it off, we are going to get our cup right here. Sometimes I would advise any person out there that before you use this cup for your brewing at home, at least first add some hot water as you try to do what? As you try to grind. So by the time you start pouring, the cup is not stealing the temperatures that you're supposed to enjoy your coffee. So after I'm going to get my pepper filter right here, place my caliter into the cup and place my pepper filter in. Like the normal steps, you first pre-wet your pepper. Okay. To show you that this is seriously made at home, I have decided to use the evaporator. It doesn't have any temperatures, it doesn't have anything to follow. All you need is the right amount of temperature that the coffee is hot, which everyone likes to take at night. So after pre-wetting our pepper, then I'll discard off this water. This water also helps us heat up our cup. I'll pour it into the caliter jar. Then I'll pour my coffee into the pepper filter. So after grinding off our coffee, I'll just display it. Thanks for the lesson, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome. So after pouring our coffee into the pepper filter, then I am going to start our brew. Right now, I don't have a weighing scale. This is to show you that we are trying to make this coffee at home. Not everyone has a weighing scale, not everyone has a thermometer, but we are trying to perceive the right brew. I would advise you to get a vessel with a glass or that is transparent, whereby you can easily have a sight of what is going on into your what? Into your cup. So I'll start my pour. I am going to just estimate. Okay. So I'll give it some time to brew or to pre-wet. So this is basically the brewing process. Just in case you're making your coffee at home, you first pour a little water into your coffee, then you give it some few seconds, like 30 seconds, to allow the blooming process take place, or the extraction, the right extraction within your coffee grain. So after the blooming process, like you see, you will see bubbles coming out of the coffee, and right now I can feel the aroma that is presenting itself into my nose. Then I'll give it a simple lift to see how far. So I think we are just estimating what we are supposed to do. Then I'll continue with my pour. So basically right now I won't be able to tell you about the ratios, about the recipe that I'm trying to use, because right now we are making a cup at home, a delicious freshly brewed cup at home. So I'll pour my water constantly, then I'll give it a simple tilt, at least to distribute our water evenly into the what? Into the caliter. So like you see this vessel, the caliter water or the caliter driplets come out like that. Hope you get to see. The caliter driplets are coming out and falling into my cup. So when I take this cup of coffee, trust me, it's going to have the best aroma, the best taste, the dark chocolate, like they've said on the paper, the caramel that we are trying to look for while we are testing our cup of coffee. So this vessel is how should I say? It's very simple that you can easily lift and see the amount of liquid that has gone into your cup. Then after, you can easily add some water to make your cup full. I think this is a 350 mils cup. So when I'm pouring, I'll put at least 300 mils of what? 300 mils of water, so that I can get to extract or to brew the right coffee. Alright, so I think after the brew, I'll still add some water. I think that's enough. Then I'll give it time to brew or to extract, so that I can easily get the right liquor out of my brew. So like I've told you, as our coffee is trying to brew or as it's trying to extract, like you're seeing it here, just in case you're watching this video, still I advise you to buy this hand grinder for your home use, purposely your home use. For commercial, it will really take time. That's why many people buy automatic or semi-automated big grinders. These are electric grinders through which you can easily see while you are going to buy a cup of coffee. It might be specialty or commercial coffee. But for the home use, please always buy this. It's really going to be nice for you to enjoy your own handmade coffees. Very soon in other videos, I'll be showing you the right vessels to buy for your home. Right cheap vessels. Like you see, this is a kalita. You can easily buy this. It's a kalita. Very cheap, and it's very affordable, and it's very easy to use as long as you have the right paper filters to use into your kalita. So I think our cup has finished brewing, and I'll put my filter aside. It's time to test our coffee. So basically, this coffee was presented to me by one of our managers who told me to test this coffee, and I think this is the right time to give the right results. But the right results are coming out of this grinder, because it's giving me the right grind size that I am trying to brew my coffee into the kalita. Can I tell you something? This is one of the best coffees I've ever enjoyed at home. Trust me, it has literally everything. It has a balanced body, it has a right acidity, very medium, it has a very lingering smoothie aftertaste, it has a dark chocolate, it has the, wow. And the reason as why this coffee is fruity, I think it's just natural coffee. It's natural coffee, that's why it's so fruity, and it's from Ethiopia. Big up to Ethiopia, one of the best countries that produces the right coffee for a person to love. Not forgetting my country, Uganda, is the best when it comes to Robusta and Arabica, but mostly we produce Robusta. So as I'm enjoying my cup, I think allow me to wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, wherever you are watching from. And just in case you are a new member or a new viewer to this channel, please feel free to subscribe, share the video that you are watching right now, and don't forget to do what? To like, comment. Just in case you have any other questions and you can't reach me on the comment section, please feel free to reach me on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter accounts, all at Barista Andrea, that name that you see on this channel. But trust me, every time I get loads of words, I just enjoy this coffee to refresh my words. Trust me, it's nice. If my wife gets to test this, she's going to say, okay, let's say goodbye to tea. But still, tea has the right caffeine also to enjoy in the morning, to awaken up your mind. But trust me, coffee is the best. Alright, see you in another video. And just in case, see you.